In this video, we're going to be using the MPC One in a modular setup to do a jam that we had written a few days ago, and then we'll talk about the whole process and the setup afterwards. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tefty.
And I'm Meems.
Today we're back with another modular setup. Basically the same thing as we did last time. We've been working on some ideas here and there. So we did this idea. Actually, you started writing it on the summit, right?
Right. That's where I kind of like to play around on
do a little dabble.
On the keyboard
dabble.
there, and then something came out of it, melody and some words.
Cool.
Of course.
So the way this started was doing just chords and voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, here, let me get the summit.
Yeah, I was playing around in G minor, right? To B flat. Just trying to let go of the monsters. I mean, the words didn't come right there at that instant, but melody always comes first for me.
I find it always interesting to see where songs or ideas start from. Mm-hmm. It makes things just have slightly different perspectives, whether you start on, say, like the MPC or a guitar or a keyboard or something like that. Like, I find that fascinating.
Oh yeah, you find inspiration in each one of those.
Yeah, or like if you just went with like a bass, you know, like. You know, that would like have a different feel, right?
There, yeah.
It'd be like, oh, this is calling some other emotion for like an idea coming. I mean, it was the same chord structure, but you know what I mean.
Right. It always starts with hearing. It was just hearing a chord, whether it's in guitar or piano.
Yeah.
So just kind of take off from there.
Right. That's what's really cool.
But yeah, when you start out with the bass, that's,
well, you can start
there as well.
You could start that way, which kind of signifies like a certain groove to it versus starting with just the chords.
Right. I do get influenced by long pads. That's where it all kind of starts. Again, there's so many ideas that come out of this.
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot of fun. So this setup is similar to the one that we did last video. Basically kept with this. We've been writing some stuff with the modular, kind of keeping some similar stuff to it. Obviously, we got the MPC One doing drums, and then we've got the Model D still being bass. I just really like the sound of the Model D for bass. It just has a certain character that I really, really like. So that's always kind of been my go-to bass right there. I'm still using rings and piping it into the Q-Pass and the Mimeophone, which is giving...
That's so cool.
Right? I mean, this is like a verb and delay. In fact, here's without the Mimeophone. And then with Mimeophone. Really cool. So there's that. That's obviously adding a lot of like space texture. The SV1 is doing this line. By the way, what you're hearing right now is verb from the Lexicon MX300. When you hear us actually doing the track, I did verbs in Ableton because we always multi-track this into Ableton, so I can do like slight adjustments and like take out any kind of weird noise that might have happened on the mic or something like that. And then also it allows us to do like a full-on production down the road, in case you're wondering, because we could potentially turn it into a song we release, or it might just sit on the hard drive for the rest of eternity.
Like all of our other jams.
Yeah.
We've had over
like
a decade.
Thousands of other jams that just sit on the hard drive.
You guys know what we mean, right?
Yeah, so the SV1 has this kind of like, this, synthy lead type of sound. Then I got this thing. For texture, I think this was doing kind of rhythm. Kind of something like that. Yeah, and then I had the Summit just doing some chords as well.
Just hearing that.
Beautiful.
I could swim in that.
Yeah, really.
All day.
Really can, right? So one thing that I was doing on the MPC is we had like the main chord structure, or like the verse chord structure, and then like a chorus / hook chord structure. So the chord structure for the the verse type of thing was
monsters in my mind. I don't want you help me with thoughts.
And then it would switch to like a chorus / lift harmony.
Hold on me tonight.
So same chords, just like, switched up.
Hold on me tonight.
And then switch back to the verse. Yeah. So the way we did that on the MPC One is just simply having two sequences. So you have the main sequence, and then once the instruments were set up, I just copied that like this, copy the sequence, copied it to the next one, and then you have this alternate, which is the chorus harmony. Yeah, and I could have wrote more variations of the parts, but I just didn't because this is a jam.
Yeah, it's a jam.
Yeah, it's like what's cool about that and not having it fully set up as a song, like this is for sure exactly how it's going to be, is we can jam on it and riff and kind of go back and forth between the harmony structures and like feel out the arrangement, right?
Yeah, and hearing it all back, and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I need to work on that, like maybe this section or that section, especially if we want to move forward into releasing something like this.
Exactly, yeah. One thing I didn't mention also is I have the MPC One drums coming out of here going into the analog heat. And the reason I did this is so I have a dedicated knob for the filter cutoff. So if you hear just the drums, so this is analog heat, or MPC One into the analog heat. And I was usually keeping the drums right around here. And then sometimes I'd bring them down to here. And sometimes I'd completely sweep them down. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is because it's so much easier to just go and grab a knob right here while I have all these other dedicated knobs, as opposed to having to hit main, go to XY, load up an XY thing, and then having to switch back, and then, you know, switching between like the sequences and all that. It's so much easier to keep it on this page for the muting and the sequence and all that, and then have dedicated knobs to do like those immediate, just adjust the drum frequency cutoff a little bit here and there, which I think adds a little bit more character that comes through just slightly. You know, it's nothing that's like super dramatic, but it's enough to kind of feel like on a guitar when you move your fingers a little bit on the fret, just a little bit, you know, like those type of nuances I think help a lot when it comes to electronic music.
Guess that's the jam right there.
That's the jam. Thank you very much for watching and listening. If you liked what you saw, if you liked hanging out in this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also the like button, and leaving us a comment is always greatly appreciated as well. Helps the YouTube algorithm to be like, let's recommend this to that whatever type of crap, you know?
Thanks so much for all the love and support. Really amazing.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. That's the video. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Deuces.
Deuces.